Test. Yo,
Hello.
there's a trick to the OPGG. You can just filter it out to Karthus, like right here. Let me type it in. Hold on. Type Karthus. I spelled Karthus wrong. So then, we're doing this one and then this one, right? Okay.
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. We're good.
Alright, good. I have a new headset, so I wanted to be sure.
It actually sounds really nice. What headset?
The Logitech G430 gaming headset.
Oh, you mean the blue one, right?
Yeah.
I had that one before I gave it to a friend of mine. Nice. Alright, so let me see. Move this here, run anyway. It should come up with the Fizz in the mid lane, okay. Wait, so you're copying the Karthus guy, which is the one with Tear or Deathfire? You took Deathfire, okay. Deathfire always does more damage. You don't take Thunderlords. This is fine, this is fine. What? Does he run this? He runs this?
No, this was before I looked up the guy.
Oh, okay, okay. Because
I
I'm
was
like
just running my RE pages.
Yeah, Karthus' auto attack animation is like really bad. You don't really want to run that. This is fine. Does he run health and armor, or does he run scaling?
Yep.
He runs health and armor.
He runs.
I see why.
Yeah.
Holy shit, what's going on here? This is the right game for sure. So the first thing is we jump into an action-packed adventure. Yep, you're up against a crank. You know the typical drill. For that, it just means that you have to be on your toes like when the game starts. Personally, your runes. Actually, no, your runes and mastery are like absolutely perfect. Like they're all set. You're gonna get a lot of kills like the way Karthus should. Karthus should to look around the map at 6. Like you kind of set things up, and Deathfire always like increases your kill potential so much. It's actually insane. Okay, so we're gonna see how you lane, and so when you play against Fizz, all right. So Fizz is melee, and one of the disadvantages to playing as Fizz against any like mage based mid laner such as Ari, Twisted Fate, Victor, is that when he pushes, because he's melee, he's one, prone to get harassed, and 2, prone to get ganked by a jungler. Now, although you can't rely on your jungler to gank you because it's solo queue, the best thing that you can do is not push against him. So this right here is actually going to skewer the lane in his favor. What you want to do is you want to just sit back and just use your Qs to last hit, because typically that's what Karthus is like to do. So Karthus is a champion that can easily farm under tower because his Q and E allow you to just like make you know, like the crit Q, I call it, right? The crit Q. So like what you would do is you would isolate the Q like over here, and it does a shit ton of damage to the minions. So if you're under tower, it makes you last hit a lot more easily. So what you would do is just sit back, just let the minions crash, just chill, to sit behind this line. He'll never touch you, because if he does anything against you, you don't know what he skills up. He skills up Q, E, whatever. You don't do anything at all. You're not supposed to care about what he skills up. It doesn't matter if he skills up E, because he'll just like, what is he gonna use E for? Like to dodge one of your Qs? Wow, big deal. Or dodge your W? Damn. Like his E is gonna be used to like execute you, because he's just gonna dodge one of your attacks and then just like dunk you. So you'll die like no matter what. So to prevent dying, just let yourself be pushed under tower, and then freeze it like right here. So you'll be sitting here, always within tower range. If he dares to make a move, you Q his face, and don't Q the minions. So this is cool. But don't do this. Like this right here is already going to cause the lane to skew in his favor. This is also really risky. So you're going to be expending too much mana. These auto attacks are like pushing the lane. Like while it's good to push against a Fizz, the way you play it is you just harass him with his Qs every time he tries the last hit. So for sure he's going to go for this. Oh, I like this. That's the right thing to do. So you're just going to have to repeat that consistently, because he has 2 potions and you have 2 potions. But your potions are better because you have Biscuit.
Yeah, what I was trying to do with this game, because like I barely have any idea how to use Karthus, so I'm just like testing the limits, just like to see what I can do. He's
a really good way to practice like isolated farming. Like you really have to get used to last hit. Like your attack, like your auto attack animation, like you really don't want to use it too much. So what's gonna happen? The way I see the lane going right now, because this lane's about to crash in, it's gonna push against you, which means that like, or it's gonna push in his favor, which means that he can safely sit right here, and Zinjao, who is a level 2 jungler, like right, he can just come mid level 2, and he can take either red or blue, and he'll just come mid, and he's just gonna EQ you and you die. You're forced to burn flash, and then if you're too low, you're forced to base, you buy nothing, maybe a ward or something, or an extra pot, and then teleport back, so you lose a summoner, or two, because you're pushing the lane. You've opened yourself up too much to ganks. This, however, I like. But you don't want to constantly do that because like the chances that you'll miss are a lot higher. You kind of they're most vulnerable when they try to last it. Like look at this. He's walking up. So as he's walking up, because you know he has to look at these creeps right here. So as he's walking up, you can Q him to force him to either take the Q and continue going forward to last it, or B, let him dodge the Q and then he misses the last hit. So right here, you can't let him do this for free. I like it. That's it. Yeah, just keep doing that. Look, he hasn't used his pot. Like. If I hit level 2 like somehow before him, like that would be like the most pressure like he'll ever have, because you can see that he's not leveling up E, or he hasn't. If he did level it up, he hasn't used it yet. If he's used his W in lane already, then you know that, oh shit, well at level 2 he either levels E or Q, and if he levels Q to try to quote unquote all in me, then I win because he has nowhere to escape. He's gonna have to flash if you keep poking him down like that. But you pushing this lane is not gonna help you out. Like you can't secure kill potential. While you do get last hits and shit, like it's not enough. Like, you can easily zone him out from, like, 25 CS eventually down the... Ooh, yeah, alright, I like it. Yeah, see, like, you see what I mean, right? This is exactly what you were supposed to do. Except the difference between the way I wanted you to play it and the way you're currently playing it is that you auto-attack you auto-attack and force the lane to move in his favor. So right now, because you have you don't have any wards in your inventory. What happened to your first ward? I think you were warding it because Blitzcrank, if I'm not mistaken. Due to that, then you still have to play the lane safely, because there's two things that can happen: jungler ganks top, or jungler ganks mid. There's no other places he can gank. By now, if you look at Yi, and remember what I've talked about, I think it's called jungle mirroring. So as soon as you can do 3 camps, you're gonna hit level 2 or level 3 with double buffs. So he's about to finish this 3rd camp, means that Xin Zhao is roughly around this side because he typically starts 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3. If he did the left pass starting with blue, then wolves, then red, then he should be around this side, and he's going to do his red because Yi is about to finish this side of the map. And if he started the other side, then we can see that on the map he's right over here. So you should be like, because you drove him out of the lane, there's no way that Zinj is gonna gank you, because that would be crazy. But if that's the case, you press tab and you look at Fizz's summoners. If he's running teleport, push the lane so that you can just deny him creeps. Oh, and then if he didn't back, then just sit still and don't push the lane with auto attacks. You should refrain from auto attacking on Karthus. Like harassing, yeah, but like last hitting, to be honest, not really. Like don't really, like unless you're just use your Qs to last hit. Like unless you can actually truly like secure the last hit with your autos, just use your Q to last hit, because sometimes it's better for you to harass them with Q than auto attack the last hit, but sometimes it's better just to fucking just sit and chill with Q and last hit with Q, because Q range is much farther than the range of your auto attack. So by moving forward too much and auto attacking the minion, you kind of put yourself at risk, especially against a Fizz and a Xin. So like if you sit back far enough and max range Q, you're set to go because you're still within like the safest vicinity. Hence why people don't really die too much on Karthus. Like sometimes they int, but that's because like that's also part of Karthus' job if they're doing mid game team fighting and shit. Oh, that's a really awkward Q. He wasn't gonna go back. Cause you saw this minion. Oh my god. Alright, so remember, you're about to get jumped by the jungler potentially. I would Q right here, yeah. Alright, that was close. Okay, so Singed is executed. What this means is that Xinjia will not turn tables and decide to go top because there's nothing for him to obtain. So right now, within this vicinity of time, you might have to back until your ward comes back up. Honestly, you should just play it safe, because while he's like so low, his potion is still ticking. It's gonna tick back. He'll have to back eventually, but he's got all these creeps. And another thing is, when you have your minions this way, like if you let the lane push like this way towards your favor, right? You build up a shit ton of creeps, and then the same situation that's happening now repeats again. Except the difference is he has no creeps, or should not have any creeps. This right here is about to get attacked. Is he retarded? He just tapped that. All right, he's gonna miss it. No, he got it. Oh, but you hit him back. Good shit. Good shit. Keep that up. Oh man. Oh, really close one, dude. See, this is the pressure of Karthus. I hate playing against Karthus because of this. You're a monster, dude. Man! Oh my god, you almost had him. Alright, so just, okay, so what you would do normally, the reason why you got hit by that is because of fucking Deathfire. Thanks, Deathfire. Hit this backline with your Q. Well, we kind of knew that this was gonna happen. You can't flash this. Oh my god. See, your ward wasn't up. Honestly, I would have just stayed and pushed. Like, remember when I said you should have, like, because you've already committed, like, at that point, your decision-making was, like, it's too late to run, and you can't flash. If you're gonna flash, you'd run this way, then flash over this wall, like, this diagonal distance. Or, just keep running the hell down. And then you go this way, and he's like, way too far, then you go, you regroup with your bot lane. And then your bot lane A follows up, or B, they kind of just, like, if you make it to your bot lane in time, you have, oh, this is the enemy bot lane. I thought we were blue side. You kind of just go this way then. Like, you have a safe way of hopping over this wall with one flash. That's the only option. Or you run down this way, curve to this wall, and jump over this wall. And then if Xin flashes, then he flashes. But we knew Xin was gonna gank because it was the most obvious pathing. And Singe was dead, so he had no other options. Come on. Oh my god, did he just almost outplay him? Oh my god, I would have, oh my god, that is so, I was like, what are you flinging him over there for? That's so weird, like really weird. And I'm like, there's no way he's gonna get this, and he actually got it, and I'm like, oh my god. Okay, so this teleport is a little bit rough, and the reason why is because the lane will swing towards your favor, but it's gonna be in the middle. Like, you'll meet, like, at most, you're gonna have it, like, when you get there, it's gonna be, like, up here, because you'll let it push. This is an awkward teleport. But, I mean, because what you're choosing to do, like, as I saw here before I backspaced it, is you tried to push it. So, like, there was no reason to do that, because you're not supposed to push against the Fizz. Until he's dead, usually, or he's AFK in the tower, because then you have to control the lane. You want to establish control by letting it so that he can't, like, you force him to charge up here and put himself in he puts himself in danger by doing so. So by teleporting here, like, I think that what you should have done is against Fizz, you just walk to lane, and then the lane will be up here because there are more minions on their side, which means that the lane will push naturally over to here, but it won't crash into the tower because it takes a while for the minions to slaughter your minions. But by the time you arrive, it's either here or very close to your tower. Then you just kind of E it and farm it under tower safely. But doing this, like, it's gonna push again. Like, yeah, it's good, but you should just tank the minions, not drag it under tower. Because then the closer it is to your tower, but not actually directly on top of the tower, the safer you are, and the more you can deny the Fizz. Alright. See, now it's 1v1, but, like, you should just let it push. Wait. What? Okay, interesting. I don't know why he queued that when he could just right-clicked it. Oh, you're fucked. Oh, you shouldn't queue when kiting backwards. Because you stand still when you cast it. It's not like... Oh, my word of... Alright, well, I'll take that. It's because I think you could have made it to the tower in time and prevented him from committing because he's like, ah, shit, he's under tower. Also, you stood too close to your creeps. Oops. I didn't mean to speed it up. Right here, you stood a little too close to your creeps. Like, wait for it. Like, right here, this was a little weird. Like, I think that your Q range is a lot farther than this little distance. I'm almost certain of it, right? Like, I'm pretty sure that your Q could go a little farther, so you could have just sat back here behind your mage minions. Like, if you sit behind your mage minions, Fizz can't just E up, and then you move back a little, but then he E's down, and it goes like it goes like some kind of cone shape, and he can still hit you with the E. But if you sit back here, he has to E up, and you back really far off, and then all he'll do is just push the lane towards you. Like, I think that your Q range is a lot farther than that, but I'm not sure. I'm almost certain that your Q range is farther than that. Yeah, see, like, you're here, and it's like all the way over here. Like, the radius is like hella far. I can't believe that hit too. Like I'm saying, like, because it's so far, you can sit back. Oh my god, look how far it is. Like, it's so far. Yeah. So you could just sit back, like, behind your backline and just sit and chill. I think that the matchup will always swing towards your favor if you just sit behind your backline. Because there's no way Fizz or Xin can get to you if all you do is just sit behind your backline minions and just walk back and farm safely. And then every single time he tries to last hit, you got it. Oh, let's see what you purchased. Because sometimes people buy tier. Oh, it's a dark. Alright, I'll accept the dark seal, but this app tome, do people build? People, I'm 90% sure build Rod of Ages, so I think Rod of Ages would have been a better option. I think that you should build a little bit more HP. Because then, with 400 gold, right? You bought a refillable pot, that's fine too. You need that refillable pot, TBH. I think a ruby crystal or sapphire crystal would have done you wonders here. Because then, okay, so 435 minus 350 is 85, so then you would have gotten a control ward for your right side. Yeah, you should have bought a sapphire crystal and then a control ward to place over here, and then you use your regular trinket ward, which is 1, to place over here. So that way you guarantee that you don't get ganked, and then you just wait until you're about to hit 6, and then look over the map, and then it's time to actually for you to make a move. So the more optimal approach was to prioritize the control ward to guarantee that, because like you notice this dude is camping you, like he hasn't been anywhere else, like he has 2 kills and you have 2 deaths, like he hasn't been anywhere else, like man, he really fucking hates you, like Jesus freaking Christ. I tilted that, like I understand the pain of being camped. So knowing that, plus Xin is an early game camper, like a early aggression jungler that's like equivalent to that of Lee Sin and like Elise kind of gank heavy. I prioritize purchasing a control ward just to keep myself safe. So then you have one way of like protecting you on the bottom and one way of protecting you on the top. So one ward here and one control ward down here. This way also, if you know your jungler Yi decides to take Infernal Drake, right? You have a control ward here to guarantee that nobody is warded here in case Yi decides to go over here, kill the crab, then move down and do this. It helps Yi, but you don't. He doesn't know he's being helped. Like it's just another thing, because then you can also deny a ward here, and then at the same time you got Singe teleport, so Singe can just TP here, walk over here, and then invade his jungle, go around, loop, and flank. It's just so many options come around it. But with that being said, like you know, like the control ward over here, if you place it over here, the benefits is that like you just get a control ward up here, and honestly, it doesn't really do anything because like he's not really gonna have a really proper pathing ganking down this way. Like he'll have a red and come down this way, but Fizz can just move down this way and like escape towards his bot side. It's less favorable for him because Singe is controlling this entire area. So like if you ward up that side, like it's not really worth it. Just control ward the bottom half when you're on red side because it's dragon control. Okay, see, there's a ward here. That's good. Okay, don't push the lane. It's a little too. Wait, he's 4. Oh my god, I can't believe he did that. You know, there was a script for Karthus where if you press it E macros so much at like lightning speed, where it was a way to freaking mess with people up, and you E so much that like your mana just doesn't go down. Like I was like, holy shit. And I'm just saying, like that's really fucking hilarious that macro existed, but I just wanted to mention that because the way he did that, I was like, oh my god, he's just gonna like pick, and I was like, holy shit. It's like 1,000 E's per second though. Alright, run it down. Yeah, boom. Alright, what the fuck is this? Okay, that's weird. It felt like he had Phantom Dancer because there was like some aura around him. It must have been like something else though. Yeah, you deal a lot of damage. Oh my god. Alright, I see. Wait, but like on Vision, I didn't think there was anybody like worthy of being killed.
I had a feeling.
Oh wait, no. Actually, yeah, if you look at top, no, she's gonna build MR and she has HP because she's building MR because Singed you. So assume she builds MR. Normally I would rush like Cal. With your mana, okay, with your mana and your current state, wait, no, he's about to get knocked out, which means that he can't meditate, which means that you're gonna die if you go this. You might get a kill or 2, but judging by the way the wave is looking right here, it's gonna crash with another 6, so you'll lose all our creeps. And your mana is gonna be really low. This is very risky. Yeah, it's too late, and then you die. Oh my god, and then you get knocked up, and then you're and then, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't worth it. I was right. I could see it happening beforehand. And your ult's down. Oh my god, he's retarded. Okay, so 1-for-1s aren't gonna cut it for Karthus. Because like 1-for-1s just means that you're basically inting. Because you're not getting worthwhile oh my god, she just outplayed him. No! Switch to rocket form, it does more damage. No.
I always thought Karthus was meant to die.
Like, he does die. It's just that, like, there are Karthus players that just don't die. Like, the thing is, you gotta micromanage your mana very well. It's the same thing as, good. Like, at this point, okay, so if you push, right, then you're... Wait. Okay, I think the reason why you're rushing Zhonya's is because it's a counter to Fizz. And that's the correct thing to do. And, to be honest, what the problem lies within doing this is you sacrificed your Roa early, so you're gonna die because you're fragile. I see what that amp tone was. Okay. Oh my gosh. Sayonara. It's just, Fizz is fucking retarded as a champion. Good flash. Oh, he has no flash. Oh my god, that's retarded as a champion. Jesus Christ. Yeah. So the way that's the reason why. So here's what would have happened if you played it like defensively, right? So if you just sit back and don't push against Fizz, and specifically is for Fizz, right? It's for Fizz because Fizz like has to stand up. Like, the reason why is because he uses his E to escape, and that's his only escape and defensive mechanism. And if you let him push, it's basically the same as playing against an Echo or any melee mage based mid. If you let them push, then they're kind of fucked because you open yourself up to jungle ganks, but then you do this thing called mass lane control. And if you were allowed to control your lane like right here, you would accumulate a large CS lead over him. By accumulating a large CS lead over him, because you're denying him the chance to get CS, because you're just going to sit back and throw Qs, isolated Qs away from your minion wave that hit him constantly, he can't CS, which means he can't get money. If he can't get money, that means that he can't purchase the Sheen and Russian early Lich Bane to be able to 100 to 0 you. Because no matter what, Fizz players will always end up buying a Lich Bane to 100 to 0 you. Most mid laners cannot deal with that. Hence the fucking Zanya's rush for yourself, because then you negate that. But if you have to build, if you're like TF for instance, and you have to build Roa, you kind of have to prioritize like one or the other, and it's a hard call. You kind of buy it based on your goals. Technically, I'd still purchase the Zanya's first, and the reason why I'd say that is because they got 3 AD champions that are really fed, and you're gonna have to like be really careful in your micromanagement. Because your goal is to just sit back and just farm with your Q and make sure that you're always over 50% mana. Sometimes you use your Qs a little aggressively, not just to put, or not just your Qs, sorry, your E. Your E is huge. So like you're constantly using your E.
Yeah, I have no idea what the E is even for.
It's mostly for team fighting, and to increase your chances of last hitting on your tower. Like what you do with your E is like you just press it once and then turn it off, just so that you deal some damage. This is a little weird of a teleport. I would have personally waited and just watched. And here's an opportunity for you to go right here. Singe might be out of mana, but this is definitely a really good spot for you to TP in. Somebody ping me. Yeah, I think you should have TP top. If you didn't TP top, then you just gotta push up mid really hard. Nice. Easy if you take it. Is it first turret? He should have given you solo, but it doesn't matter to be honest. The double splits to 375 towards E is actually really good too. Okay, wait. You have ulti, right? 90% sure you have ulti. Okay, so wait a minute. No. I was thinking like if you teleported, you didn't even need to use ulti. You could have used ulti before the fight and then increase the chance that Singe lives. Yeah, you gotta be a little bit careful on your teleport. Sometimes you kind of just use them just to get back to the lane. And the thing with teleport is, as a top laner, like as a former top lane player, like teleport is used not just for like flanks and stuff, but and you know, recovering in lane. You're using it to recover yourself in lane. Sometimes that's not necessary. You kind of have to see where your lane is going. If there's more minions on their side, it's gonna push towards you. Like it's gonna go in your favor. If there's more minions on your side, you're better off walking, because like your lane is gonna push anyway. Or you can roam or look around the map for a play. AKA, if you had looked around the map for a play, you could just ulted, then see where it goes, and either A, continue to teleport top, or B, go back mid and recover yourself. So I think you should have ulted top first. Earlier when Irelia and Singe were doing the thing, because I was watching them as you were teleporting, as I saw the map when I said, oh, I think you could have teleported.
Yeah, I knew that there was that stuff going on top lane, I just didn't care. I'm like, I just want to push the wave mid.
Oh, that's a little ox.
So much.
Wait, what happened?
I hate Fizz so much.
Yeah, Fizz is a stupid champion. I honestly like whenever I get the chance to ban him whenever I can, because he's just a really
that's what I do.
To
like,
deal
I
with.
honestly picked Karthus this game because I think it was because I saw they had Fizz and I'm like, I don't want to go Ahri versus Fizz.
You don't want to play anything versus Fizz, to be honest. I struggle. Most mid lane mages struggle with Fizz. A good champion that can counter Fizz is like Ori, Kassadin, like something that like is very defensive. But even they struggle like really immensely. It's just his ulti. Mostly like dealing with his ulti is like the biggest problem. Swain can dunk him if you do things, if you play it perfectly. And the first thing about playing against Fizz is like knowing the matchup. Like no matter what mage you play, you have to play it the matchup exactly the same. And that's allowing the enemy mid laner to push against you. So for Ahri, like, let me comment on if you were playing Ahri this game. You wouldn't use your Q to push or harass him, because if you do that, you're gonna push your lane, which means, and that's the opposite of what I'm trying to tell you to do, right? So it's the same thing with like, you can just name all the mages that you wanted to play, and you just have to prevent yourself from using your forced wave clear. And you don't even charm him. Honestly, you're not even supposed to touch him at all with any of your skill shots. So for the most part in the lane, you know that ice build that you do that I tell you not to build? Like, you can actually do that build because, like, it's a utility thing just to defend yourself. But,
yeah,
you know, you still have to rush Zanyas. Like, the key card about playing against Fizz is, one, rushing Zanyas, which forces... It's like playing against Zed, too. You kind of let them push in because you keep yourself safe. It's okay to let them push in because those matchups call for it. Some matchups don't allow you to do that. Like you have to push against them, otherwise they're going to kill you or they're going to outlane you or something. Like, example, Ziggs, Xerath. Oh, this is an awkward ward. Oh my god. This is such an aggressive play. Yeah, once he has Lich Bane, it's actually going to be a really tough time for you. So the way you play against this shark is that as soon as it lands and he's about to E into you, like usually that's what he does, you just negate it. Try to negate it. Really try to negate it. Just don't let the shark touch you, and then if he E's on you, that's even better. So you lose 2 spells, all he can do is Q afterwards. And then afterwards you can try to 1v1 him, but he's still going to hurt. Like, just don't forget that he still fucking hurts. Like, no matter what. Because not only because he's 7-2, but because he has Lich Bane, so he has to auto, then W you, and then you auto you again. Also, early game, yeah. The reason why I said Sapphire Crystal is because you kind of have to purchase your Roa no matter what, too. So, like, if I remember against Fizz, I don't rush the Zanyas for the most part. Like, if I'm Ahri, like, it's hard to rush just the Zanyas, right? So, and it's the same thing with Zed. Like, you kind of just have to build early Seekers, and then go on, if you're Ahri, just to tank his, damage a little bit. But personally, I would still rush the Roa, and the reason why is just because more survivability, and you need it to scale as soon as possible. So, it would be caught 2900. Yeah, you would have had your Roa whenever you bought your, Zanyas. Same time. Same duration, etc. For the most part, I see you pushing and you're like ahead of him in crease, but like he has a lot of kills, so his gold is going to be naturally higher than yours. Well, you got first tower gold. Okay, ready, set, negate. So he's just backs off. If he continues, he's dumb. So every time his ult's up and he uses it, it's going to be a little bit of an awkward cooldown, but he can definitely use yours. Like, you don't want to try to move aggressively on yourself unless he does that. So that's good. That's the only thing you can do. Like, right now. Don't try to, like, see like when you push, this is what happens. Like, now he's in control of the lane. He can just sit back and just like prevent you from farming at all. So that's why it's better for you to let him push. And if he ever all-ins you like that, and you have control of the lane, you're sitting there, like, you just press Zanyas and you're done. Like it's the exact same scenario repeated. Oh my god, Singe built Sunfire Cape. Please, why, Mercy? Why would you build Sunfire Cape?
That's what I used to do.
You should have rushed
season 4.
You should have rushed Roa. And maybe a tier, but mostly Roa.
I like Roa on Singe, but I thought it was like bad now, so I just don't do it.
Wait, Roa on Singed? It's pretty good. It scales really well with him.
Okay.
It's because mana gives him health, and health gives him, mana gives him health. Good shit. If they keep going. Nope. Should stop committing, to be honest. Why would he flash forward? That's really ox. You're just farming right here. Turn on your poison, buddy. Like, you really should turn on your Q, dude. What the hell? What? This guy is crazy. Like, that was really bad. Alright. Let's see how he died. So, you remember what I said about his Zanya's? Let's see. I'm guessing he either ulti or... yeah, you're kiting with your Q. It doesn't do anything, especially if you don't have Rylai's. He just kills you like that. Yeah, because when you kite with your Q, right, like, you stand still in auto. It's not like Sidra orbs or anything like that. So you really shouldn't kite with your Q. Okay, he flashed. You really shouldn't kite with your Q, because you stop and stand still and the animation, or the cast time is, like, really slow. Like, he kind of, like, lifts his arm up, and, like, that shit takes forever. That's why I like the Statue of Karthus skin. But anyway, it takes forever. So, doing that, casting 2 of them specifically, you could have traveled a lot farther of a distance and much safer. And what that would have done is that would have forced Fizz to flash to kill you, right? So let's say you would have died anyway, but then he wouldn't have flashed over here, and then Lulu could have killed him because he was low. You understand? Like right there. Like, see how low he is? Like, Lulu could have killed him, like, because he was a lot lower than that. Or because he has to flash farther, he tanks more tower aggro. Then you use your W and stuff like that. Twitch isn't crazy enough to go in and int, like, in the mid lane, because he's not going to tower dive. He just turns on his ult, and he has 800 range to punish you. Holy shit. I would ult as Twitch and just sit back and just shoot you, because I know that you have no escapes. And that's another thing. Any champion with like no escapes pre-6 kind of struggles against Fizz typically, but it's really variant. Like it jumps back and forth. It's kind of a hard call. But yeah, so your struggle is right now. Your issue is against this matchup specifically. You're just pushing too much. But the thing is, you kind of push mindlessly too. You don't push with purpose either. Like what I see right now is you're just constantly pushing, but then nothing's happening after you push. You kind of just like there's no wards being placed on the map. Your control wards are still active. No roams being made for opportunities. No coming into lane and trying to see if you can make a gank. Maybe go into the fog of war. Maybe back to buy a little component. There's a lot of things. But right now, the most important part is just the pushing. This is
that's kind of like what I always thought Karthus just did. Is just like you permanently push and push and push the wave, and just that's all you did.
This isn't a Karthus issue though. This is more of a mid lane decision making issue. You've chosen to do this like each time as mid. It's not just as Karthus. Like maybe if I picked another champ, or oh my god, look at that. You didn't die for a while. See, like you still do a ton of damage when you don't die. Then when you do die, it's just like 6 extra seconds. Oh, your wall's down though. But yeah, it's more of a choice, like to push, like whether or not, like no matter what mid laner you pick, like I would end up having to tell you the same. I think I would end up having to tell you the same thing. The only difference is with Ahri and like I don't know, Jhin or something, like the mid laners that I pushed on before. The only difference is I would just tell you not to use those certain spells or play it mechanically different. But the overall objective is still the same. Don't push. Like Karthus doesn't have to push because this matchup specifically calls for you not to push. And the reason why is because you're opening yourself up to being ganked by Xin. As predicted, this is what happens when you get ganked by Xin. So you end up getting 2 kills, dying once, and then getting like 7 assists. What the fuck? Alright, let's see what happens. So now you have your Zanya's Roa. So if you farmed a lot more, right, like your CS count was a little bit, like significantly higher if you constantly denied your opponent, you would have had your Roa Zanyas, which is also pretty admirable that you have your Roa and Zanyas at 18 minutes. Typically the best timing if you have a few kills like that is about 14, 15. But that's close enough. This is really risky. The reason why is Fizz is top, but Twitch is mid and Twitch has ulti, or assume he has ulti and he's kinda strong. Just a little bit strong. Should be careful. And you had 2 opportunities to you can't ward. You have Eye of the Herald. Deploy that on you want to wait for your team to group. Keep it as long as possible. You have a forced you have a speed recall with it. The fuck? Wait a minute. What? Are you serious? Wait, what? Oh, right. He was okay. I was like, wait, how did she die? But the Fizz just missed, and I was so confused. Oh my gosh. Okay, I like this teleport call. This is fine. There's oh. Nice, actually. Okay, so to be perfect. Oh my god, really? Guys, she's standing still! Get the dragon! Get the dragon! Get the turret! Stop! Hit the dragon! It's killing you guys! Thank you. Facepalm. Holy macaroni and cheesecake. Oh my god. Okay, this is actually fine. I was gonna say, like, where are you gonna put that? This is actually pretty cool, and I love this. I love this fucking thing. Anyway, ignoring that, there are two things that you could have done. One, you could have grouped, to be honest. Because if you grouped, your AoE damage would have actually assisted them. Two, you could have teleported, but by the time you teleported, it's already too late. So, like, you kind of had the incentive to go up top and then go down. What I would have suggested is, I would have grouped with them, right? And then maybe you could have prevented one person from dying, or if that person dies anyway, your other laners come out with more HP, then you rotate to this wave right here, see this? And then you use Herald, and you force this to go down, and then you force them to answer to this, which causes other lanes to push out. So, like, Sindri would push this, etc., so you have a more aggressive play. But you end up getting a tower. You just could have ended up getting one tower and triple side lane aggression. So I think my suggestion there would have been, the better option would be to group, and during the team fight, you don't ult. You wait until they, like, get really low, get into a safe spot, or if you die, even if you inted in the fucking team fight, you still would have ulted them, and then more would have been taken. And that stupid dragon would have died too. For God's sakes, you guys. Split pushing on Karthus is extremely dangerous because he cannot 1v1 people, and the reason why he can't 1v1 people is because his spells involve too much room for error. Like, you have too much likelihood of missing your shit. So you end up just sitting on your E and dealing AoE damage, which isn't that much in comparison to, like, what you can do with your Q if you hit them with a full power isolated Q. Okay, Merc Treads, absolutely acceptable. No, I'm not questioning that. Now, alternatively, Ninja Tabi. And the reason why you take Ninja Tabi, 1, 2, 3 auto attackers. That's it, nothing else. But you have Zanya's, so alternatively, this is fine. There's, like, from this point on, I think that what you should be practicing is playing more defensive right now. Like, with your boot choices, limit the usage. Oh shit. Alright, show me. Careful for inting. Don't run it down. Don't run it down. Don't run it down without vision. Oh fuck.
I'm trying to do my best Tyler 1 impression.
Yeah. Alright, I actually got to play with it recently. Anyway, one here. Empty wards, back up. Don't walk into this. You don't know where they are. Like, Blitzcrank might be dead, but where's Fizz? You know? Like, I see, if you look on the map, it's hard to see Zin, but, like, if you had an idea where they are, you don't know where Fizz is. You know where Twitch is, he's right here, but he's You don't know that he's It's hard to see if he's But that doesn't matter, you can still auto-attack you to death. Also, you can just press his R, or something. But Fizz, dangerous, you don't know where it is. If you see Fizz and he ults you, you have to react to it with your Zanyas. Because I know you have Zanyas. Let's see what happens. This is so dangerous. Oh, who sweeped that? Oh shit, that's a really good sweeper. Because now you know, now you can make a play. I see the Fizz shadow, so you should be careful. Honestly, no, stop chasing, this is so dangerous. Yeah, good. Don't worry about Fog of War. Right now, you just see what, it was free, you guys got 2 kills for nothing, leave it, stop, reset yourself, go back into the lane, make another move. Oh my god.
Allahu Akbar.
Oh my god, it's curved into the jungle. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, really let that jungle know, man. I'm charging in there. Okay. See, you have blue buff. This is what you can do with your blue buff. Wait till the minion wave comes. Push them. Oh my god, you just pulled a me. I do that all the time. I just dodge the skill shot and someone else gets hit by it. You could, in theory, tank it, but I would not recommend it. It's not her fault. I mean, it's not your fault for dodging a fucking obvious fish. He flashed. She flashed. What the fuck is going on here? Fight this.
I do no damage.
No, you got her. It's fine. It's not about you quote unquote, yeah, you don't really deal damage, yeah, but like it's your Qs. You missed 2 or 3 of your Qs. He reset and he just recharged mid. That's fine. Oh! Alright, another summoner spell suggestion I would have is, aside from Exhaust, ooh, nice. Exhaust, you can also take Barrier, but Exhaust is also really good. Ooh, this is really bad, yeah, you're ooh. Oh boy.
I take Barrier on very specific
on
matchups.
What? Oh yeah, very specific matchups. Fizz
yeah,
with
like
teleport is
Annie
here.
And Syndra.
Fizz is good over here, but I think Exhaust would be better for against Fizz. Excuse me. Exhaust only because you negate like a lot of his damage. So it's a really good, like if you think about it, exhaust would be actually a lot better here. Look, you can negate his damage in lane. Xinjiao, Aurelia, Twitch, right? Makes sense, right? It's specifically because their matchup, their teams are like tailored to not only auto attacking, which means you kind of negate their damage output by dropping that exhaust down, but slowing their move speed so that they can't catch you, because these guys are really champions that can just get onto you with gap closers. So this allows you, remember when I said you should kite backwards and like not Q? If you exhaust them and kite backwards, that guarantees that like you have a higher potential escape probability, you know? So with that being said, that I think that exhaust would have been a more optimal approach, because your teleports right here are mostly just to be used to get back into the lane and to recover yourself, because like the minion wave is not in your favor. But I think that like with those 2 teleports that you have shown me so far, you haven't seen like where opportunities to go flank around the map. So I think that the better option here was going to be exhaust. And you don't want to use exhaust on champions like Blitzcrank. You want to just use it to like, you know, like Xinjiao or defend yourself or something, or even as a form of peel. Nice, nice, nice. So I would suggest doing Baron. And the reason why is because 1, jungler's dead, 2, support's dead, 3, AD carries bottom, and 4, top laner's top. 5, your jungler's alive. You might not have Jinx, but you have a Master Yi. Why that's important, he's just basically another AD carry. And second, your Singe is a tank, so you guys can do the Baron, and they have no jungler, so no chance of smite steal. Fizz is half HP, low mana, so he has to either back or risk himself dying. And Twitch is bottom, which means that he's not even close to the Baron at all. Also, Blitzcrank is dead, which means that there's likely no vision around that area, and you can verify that if you had a control word in your inventory to verify that. And oh yeah, Banshee's Veil is also a really good option to rush too. Yeah, Banshee's Veil is fine, but I personally prefer Zanya's because their team comp is just calling for it. Alright, a little late on the Baron call, but you should definitely help them. Don't use your E, just use your Q. Reason why is because you gotta conserve as much of your mana as possible. Is that a redemption? Nice. Baron's free. It's done. Recall, reset. Wait. Aww, that was close. Now let's cinch out the farm, reset, go back to base. Bye. Wait, what do you guys? Wait, no, stop! It's not worth it, man. Yeah, you have a 4-second recall. Just use it ASAP. Nice, solid. See that? See this in the bush right there? Okay, what you want to do is like she basically set up the victory. Just push bottom. Holy fuck. Yeah, Jinx is retarded as a champion. I hate that. The fact that like you can lose lane and you just need like 3 kills and like just right click them to death once you have runehands and stuff. God, I've had to deal with so many fed Jinxes like in different levels of play. It's just insane. Okay, push. Your Karthus. Don't use your E too much to push. Remember that if you have your E on, also, what happened here? Oh, if you have your E on, right? Your E on, you don't get mana back from killing creeps. You have to have it off. So like if you use your Q to kill creeps and stuff like that, like you'll get some mana back. So that's why it's so important for you to not use your E too much. So if you want to restore your mana, just use your Q to kill as much of the creeps as possible, just so you can get a lot of shit back. And I don't recommend split pushing. Yeah, your teleport. Yeah, teleport is like more optimal. Like it's not bad to have teleport because the threat of teleport is insane. But like the way you teleported was just to recover yourself from lane. I think that exhaust would have been better because the times that you used your teleport, right, the lane was going to swing towards your favor no matter what. So had you taken exhaust this game and played it exactly the same way that you played it as you are now, exhaust would have been exponentially more impactful than that of their teleport, because you weren't using your teleport to make plays or defensive around the map. let's see how this plays. See, exhaust right here would have been very helpful against like coming up against Twitch. So what this came down to was, aside from the fact that you did in the end get carried, and like the way they played it was so much better. Like honestly, a Fizz being that big would tilt the shit out of me and like make me play a lot worse because it's like so hard to play around him. What we're gonna try to see in your next game is just if you can change up your laning phase a bit, because pushing in matchups that don't call for pushing is like kind of a struggle. Your farm this game was also a lot more awkward, like in the sense that like you farmed relatively well in the early game, but in the end, like you one were behind on him, and two, you could have actually, even if you don't like keep up a really high CS count, right? Let's say let me look at your CS count, for instance. It's like 5.5 a minute, right? Like sure, it's relatively low, right? But what if you kept the CS count, but look at the opponent's CS and you've denied him so much? That means like the difference between you two is actually a lot higher. So I noticed that this one's a lot higher. So like yeah. So just so what I want to see from the next game, or any games in general, like against Fizz specifically or Echo, I'll just say it now, like just kind of don't let him, or Zed Talon matchups that you don't think will win, just let him push and to you and just safely last hit under tower. You don't have to kill the guy, like you really don't. Like if you see the kill potential like a Fizz, like just do it. But like right there was nothing, so that's fine. Limit your usage of teleport unless you really think that you're gonna get dunked in the lane that hard. Otherwise, just take exhaust. It's okay to take exhaust. You link me that Korean one trick. Unless I could just look it up. Like he's just you go on Champion Analytics, or sorry, not Champion Analytics. Pro matches, or no. I could do leaderboards, Champion Enthusiasts, right? And then you just look up #1 Karthus Korea. Let's see, #1 Karthus Korea had like 1,500 games. Yeah, here he is. And then he's Masters. That's actually pretty sick. 268 games Challenger. Yeah, he's Karthus most played. See, he takes exhaust too. Why did he take it? Okay, against a poke matchup, that kind of makes sense because he'll probably end up getting poked down. Kind of makes sense. Exhaust or teleport, exhaust or teleport, exhaust or teleport. See, so it's exhaust or teleport. So when does he take teleport? Probably against like poke matchups. Let's see, Cassiopeia poke matchup. I understand that. Melee matchup, but this really, I would take exhaust again. Oh, it's Fizz. I would still take exhaust. Visit Chachi. Is that the pro? That must be the pro. That has to be the pro. Are they boot camping in Korea? If there's 20 rune pages, that's the pro. Wow, that's actually the pro. Holy shit. Damn, this guy. Alright, Syndra, I would take exhaust to limit her damage. That makes sense. Poke matchup, I don't understand why he took exhaust in that one. 1-7, deserved it. 8-1, poke, no, it's up against Cassidon. I would take this because he doesn't poke you, he just kind of fucks lane. So you see like there's some summer spells are either exhaust or teleport. It's a choice. You kind of just pick it. Like if it's a push lane, teleport I think would be more optimal. Like for example, you're up against a Victor that just constantly pushes you. I think teleport would be pretty optimal against that. And as for his runes, let's see the chat. Holy shit! What is this? What the fuck? Holy shit! This guy's good. I don't know who this. Oh, he's a pro. He's from BPZ. Holy shit! That's insane. That's actually crazy.
Meanwhile, I'm just trying to understand all of this.
Yeah, I think that what you can do is you can take two summons. So now, like, I think oh, hey, is this the guy you copied?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Wow, actually, that's really convenient. So, because I noticed his runes are exactly the same as yours. I was like, hey, wait a minute. This guy takes like teleport, but he also takes the tier build, which is the old Karthus build. And the reason why is because he probably ends up like, what the fuck? Wait, what?
I think he was just crying.
What?
Oh, hey.
Wait, what? Oh, wait, what? I don't understand. How did they? What? This isn't even like an. Oh, I'm opening mid. They actually. Oh my god, that's weird. Okay, stop. All right, what the fuck? What the fuck? I don't understand. Okay, let's go back here. What we can do?
Dude.
What we can do is, do these guys have replays? Yes, they do. Oh my gosh, we can look. Oh god, 12 days ago. Holy shit. What's the matchup? Actually, wait a minute. This is the exact same matchup, possibly. Please don't. Please tell me it's Fizz mid or something. Ah, it's Fizz fucking top. I don't see a Fizz anywhere. I just want to see if there's a Fizz game. Like, see, I just want to review their laning phase, and I can go over that after our second session. I just want to see.
Round
like,
one.
Where?
5-0. I think it's 5-0.
Oh no, that's Fizz on his team.
Oh, feels bad.
Damn.
Man.
TFW on his team. Alright, if it's not him, then we're gonna check this guy. Oh god, that's just so infuriating. I mean, you're masters, but dude, this is just unacceptable. Like, you can't do this kind of stuff. That's really, like, I get that. I don't know how you do that. Like, and there's no flame.
I think it was intentional.
Like,
maybe.
Like, what is this? What is with the amount of deaths that he has? Like, this isn't even like.
See, I told you
natural.
Karthus is supposed to die.
Oh my god, oh my god, this guy's better. Like, look, his KDA is higher. It means he dies less. Like, this guy doesn't die as much. Like, 8, 1, and 9. That's insane. 5-0, 11-0 on Karthus. Like, that's insane. So anyway, I'm gonna look around for a Fizz matchup. If I don't see a Fizz, I'll just use this Echo one because it's basically the same rule that you allow him to push. The CS is also rather low, like yours. Like very similar in terms of consistency. QW. Oh yeah, your skill order. I'm pretty sure you were maxing it in correct order. Q then E. Like. Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's nothing really. You can't really max W second. People used to, and the reason why you do that was bigger wall. Like, the fuck cares? It doesn't change anything.
The same thing.
Yeah, like you're just like, wow, bigger wall. Woo! Congratulations. No, you need this because it's damage and more mana rejuvenation, which is essential to Karthus' play. Where is this? Doing that, doing this. One of those. Okay, so I'll keep this replay right here available, and then we're going to review that after we get into your second session. So let me just close this one off.